welcome to my channel. If you'd like to see how I put this 9-drawer Alex unit together from IKEA, then keep on watching. This took me about 2.5 hours to put together. So you're going to need 2 tools to complete this task. A rubber mallet, preferably. You can use a regular hammer, but you'll have to be very careful because you might ruin some of the finishes. So a rubber mallet would be ideal, but if you don't have one, don't worry about it. And then a Phillips screwdriver. It took a little bit of time, but if I can do it, you can too. So according to IKEA's website, the width of the product is 14 by 1/8 inch, and then the depth of it is 18 7/8 of an inch, and then the height is 45 inches and 5/8 of an inch. Keep in mind that this product is very, very extremely heavy. I thought I could pick this up myself from IKEA, and I did, but I actually needed some help putting it in the car. So this weighs 81 pounds or 37 kilograms. If you guys have any questions about putting this together, anything at all that I didn't mention in the video, please feel free to ask questions below, and then I'll be sure to answer you as quick as possible. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I've opened the box already, and we're going to segregate everything out of the box. So I've taken all of the items out of the box so far, and this is the way that the first instruction tells us to set up the biggest pieces. On the very bottom of the box is going to be the most important items that you'll need for the first step. So you'll need to take out these 2 biggest pieces with the metal bars and this central piece. So you're going to line them up against each other with these holes. You want to put the side with the little holes towards this middle part. So according to instruction number 1, we're going to be taking these larger pieces of screw with the, it looks like there's plastic in between there, and we're going to be inserting them into every other hole, starting from the top one. So now you'll need a Phillips screwdriver, and you're going to try to screw each screw in pretty straight as you can. So next we're going to be adding these little wooden pegs to the second hole from the top and the second hole from the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And feel free to take a rubber mallet and just gently pat them in. So now that we've finished putting the wooden pegs in, the next step would be to put these little metal fasteners in. There's actually 2 sizes available. There's a smaller size and a bigger size. You want to get the bigger one. You want to use the bigger one for this. And there's a little arrow on it, and you want it to be pointing towards you as you put it into these holes. So you'll need 6 of these. So now that we've put the little metal fasteners in, we could technically take this part and connect it to this, but it's easier to actually pick this smaller part up. You're going to want the hole here to line up with the metal screw, and the wooden peg to line up with this hole. So you're just going to basically put it on like that. So now that this part is on top of the middle piece, we're going to fasten it turn it clockwise about 1/4 of the way to fasten it, to tighten it. So I just propped this whole 2 pieces up that we've just screwed together. And take the other side. It's supposed to go this way. So now we're going to do this side. now you'll have this box-like shape. You'll notice little arrows here pointing outwards, so that way you'll know that these metal fasteners are facing the right side. Hi! Now we're going to be tightening this. Monkey, you want to help? You want to help, baby? Yeah, you do. Okay, so now I'm trying to figure out which piece we need for step number 4, because according to the instructions, it'll either be this piece with holes on the side, but there's a sticker on it, so I'm not sure if it goes on the bottom or on the top. And then we've got this piece also with holes on it, but it has no sticker. And this one has holes on the side, but with this little thing. So we're actually going to be taking this piece, not the one with the sticker, that's for later. And we're going to be putting more screws into it. So again, we're going to be using these ones. And this time we're going to be putting one screw here, one screw in the middle. So the first hole, middle hole, and the last hole. And the same on the other side. So at first I was confused because I didn't know if this goes on the top or the bottom, or if it even matters where it goes, but of course it does. This part actually, according to the instructions, it looks like has to go where these big holes on the bottom are. You'll notice 3 big holes here and 3 big holes here. This has to go on top, so we'll actually have to flip this over. So now that I've flipped it to the other side, the holes that we see here are on the top. So this is correct, and this is where you want it to be able to put this on top. So before we can actually put this on the top, we're going to have to put 4 wooden pegs into the remaining holes. So this is what it should look like. So we've got the metal and the wooden pegs. This rounded part actually goes towards the back completed part, not the open section. So you're going to take it like this and place it on top. Beautiful! We're almost there! Okay, so, but not really. We still have lots of drawers to do. So again, we're going to be using these bigger metal fasteners, 6 of them, and we're going to be using them to fasten the top part to this part over here where these holes are. So now that we have 6 of them, I'm going to be putting these in with, there's a little tiny arrow on the top of this. You're going to be facing it upwards. The next thing we'll do is we're going to screw this in. For the next step, it looks like we'll be taking this part now and adding it to the other side. So I'm going to actually be taking this down so we can put this down here. Okay, so now we're going to be putting this part on, but it looks like my kitty Moki has become very familiar with this piece and he wants to stay in it. So, come on Moki. Moki, get out, honey. Get out, honey. Come on. Get out, boo-boo. Get out. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is put in 4 wooden pegs. So, second hole here. Second hole here, and the second hole from the bottom, and the second hole from the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to take a rubber mallet and just bump that in. Watch your pop. Watch your pop. Okay, so now we're going to put this part on top of here where I put the wooden pegs. So you take the sticker side, I think is supposed to be on the bottom. So it only goes in one way. So just try to experiment where the holes will align, but for me, I'm not sure what side the sticker is going to be on for you. The sticker side out like this, the holes align for me. So let's try to put it